So there is some creativity going on as people approach sellers or potential sellers and finding alternative routes to be able to bring those deals together.
So what would you say is the biggest frustration then with the capital gains tax deferral and the 1031?
I think right now the biggest frustration people are finding is not understanding where to shop, what to find, who to trust. You know, the simple thing to do is to close your eyes and go buy that Walgreens, 5% five cap somewhere, right? 4.5 cap. But the reality is you're just not really making much money.
Right.
And if anything changes in the market, you're even quickly. You're not really advantaged. And you just sold this huge advantage situation.
Right.
It's uncomfortable for people to put themselves back to a zero advantage situation. So people are trying to figure out the best ways to do that. We had one client work with another client. The client carved out 30% of the building and sold it to them joint tenants in common for their 1031. So it would
Mm-hmm.
qualify. That worked nicely, and the person got a pretty good asset, and they were able to buy in at, let's say, a 7.25 cap on a really nice medical arts building. So there is some creativity going on as people approach sellers or potential sellers and finding alternative routes to be able to bring those deals together. I think that's important. Whomever you're working with, either from the sales side, if you're working with sales agents, your 1031 agents, making sure you understand the rules, making sure they understand what you're looking at. So that exchange of information not just flows correctly, but leaves you in the right position when it's time to close. And you don't have to throw your hands up because you've done something you can't do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, what you just kind of said is the, the appreciating markets, right? So you have the people that are selling high, but have to buy, even higher 180 days later, right? And if it's,
Some of them,
compressed cap rates and all that stuff, those time constraints are really just, I don't know, making people, make bad investment decisions sometimes almost, with just the
yes,
sheer just pressure of like, oh, I got to get this done or I'm going to owe this huge tax bill. Um,
it's
and it's
definitely
just,
hanging over people's heads right now. Absolutely true. You
yeah,
combine that with the once in a while chatter out of the government that they might change the law. People don't know when. People don't understand how they can or can't, what kind of time frame they can or can't do something like that in. It adds continuously to the frenzy. They're
yep.
not helping anybody. I don't even know if they want to, but they're definitely not helping the markets in that regard. That kind of lack of communication just frustrates the market, and fear, drives things higher. That's
Yep.
just reality. The unknown is scary to people, especially when it's tax disadvantaged.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why we created the company, Capital Gains Tax Solutions, is because I think a lot of people just don't even know their options. Like we said in our intro, we believe that a lot of people struggle with clarifying those options. And one of the best options out there is relatively, unknown, is the Deferred Sales Trust, which is what we focus on. And it allows you to liquidate an asset, and not just real estate, any asset. It could be stocks, it could be business, it could be a primary home, it could be Bitcoin or Ethereum or any crypto or whatever, and liquidate the asset and diversify it into any other investments. And it's a very like kind agnostic uh, investment strategy. You don't have to go. So you could sell real estate and you can go into stocks and bonds and a business, or you could sell a business and go into real estate and stocks, or you could sell crypto and go into a business and some real estate. Like, it doesn't matter what you go into, and there's no time constraints. So you can actually sit on the
Yeah.
sidelines and wait in super conservative accounts until the market, drops or whatever it does. And then when you find the right deal, it hits you over the head, you can JV partner with your trust and go and you can buy that asset, and you can actually get a new depreciation schedule too on top of it. So there's so many
Great.
advantages to it. Yeah. And it's just, it's very, customizable. You can change things. It's unlike a charitable remainder trust where you set that thing and it's stone. Like, that thing's
Set in stone.
unamendable and
Absolutely.
you can't do
Right.
anything. Then this provides flexibility, diversification,
I mean, the product that
cash
you're
flow.
talking about, the product you're talking about is an unbelievable find for the market.
Yeah.
And you think about all the business owners out there that for many, many years, let's say the last 5 to 10 in particular, they've heard about this 1031 thing. In their minds, it's set in stone that it's real estate related, and they don't know what else to do. Your group is providing a solution that is in high demand, and as it continually rolls itself out and has become more widely known, will benefit unbelievably. But at the same time, it will benefit the people using it amazingly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're thinking about selling your business and you don't know what to do with the money and how to avoid, not avoid, it's a horrible word, how to defer tax scenarios.
Right.
And your product is giving them an outstanding opportunity to be able to do that legally, financially stably, right? You
Yep.
can wait the market out a bit. You're not forced to act. We spend so much time being afraid all the time. You're giving them a solution that puts them back in a proactive manner, but proactive with time on their side. Now, that's a
Absolutely.
beautiful combination, which isn't found too often. That product, as it becomes more widely known, will be the superstar for the next 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, absolutely.